channel. Finally, finally, we're at the end of the Hawk build. Work has been insane, and I probably mentioned it through in the video here, but I did finally get to finish off the Hawk, and that's what we're going to walk through today. Final assembly, little bits here and there. You know, I like this kit. It's a lot of fun, and you know, I can blather on about it, but we'll just go ahead and see what the remaining bits are. In here, there are a couple of gotchas, a couple of things I run into that were just a little bit I had to deal with, but overall it was entertaining. So hopefully this last bit is worth it. You enjoy the end result, and you know, if anybody hints, queries, posers, whatever, please feel free to put them down below. And you know, again, just keep them respectful. And until next time we get in the next project, thank you very much for watching. Happy modeling. All right, so just like these mold lines are really a pain. So take the time, make them go away. It takes a little bit of patience, but it is worth every bit of the moment you take to do it, because they are pronounced and you'll see them. Part 28. All right, so part 28 and 29. So these are those little round balls here, these guys. Them. Part 28, the way they attach to the sprue. So you've got those attachment points there and there on each side. Come on, focus. Thank you. But you can also see you've not only got them there on the outside, but they also kind of go in on that, on the lip, I guess you'd say, where that is. And that's where these go in. That's where, I mean, it mates up to this. So when we put it together, I got to look at it off. Okay, here we go. When I put it together, focus. You see how it's a little off. So there's some cleanup that's necessary on the inside part of that too. It's a little annoying, but just need to do it. And another little get you. That piece, right? So this is the top. Okay. So that is here, right? When you go to put this piece in, it's flipped. You see here, they have this flat piece and this round piece. The way they've illustrated this is inverted. It's swept. So this is where that flat hole goes in. That's the round hole. It's flipped. I stared at that thing for like 20 minutes before I finally figured out what I was looking at. So one more thing to just call out. All right, so I'm working on the transfers, and I'm going to mention this because it's irritating me. This is a cool idea, right? Putting the pictures on the inside side of the box where it's nice and clear, and you can see all the transfers and where they all go is really, really helpful. The annoying part is this. It's cutting off half, and they don't have the mirror image. So what you kind of have to figure out is you'll look at this and I'm like, okay, well, I don't see that side. So then I have to look at, okay, that's the side. So that would be this one. That, you know, you've got to kind of bounce around figuring that out. I get the point, right? This is the way this kit's built, or the way the amount of plastic that's in this kit versus the cardboard to make the box, etc., right? It makes sense that this is narrow, but this is annoying. You can figure it out, and I'm doing that, and I'm getting there. It's irritating. But you know, I'll just keep cracking on. Speaking of transfers, so for the most part, the transfers are okay. They're really kind of thick though, so the spots where they have to go over curved places are a little challenging. I'm even using this stuff. I'm using Mark Fix Strong, and that usually melts a crap ton of stuff. However, these transfers that go on that ring, I just couldn't get them to sit down for the life of me. It just wouldn't sit. So as you can tell, I hairy brushed them, and it'll do. it'll do. It was actually pretty easy because you're just doing hairy brush in a dot or two. As a matter of fact, I can touch that one up. What do I do with the brush? There's the brush. See, there's one spot on that one. And really, that's all you had to do, and just do your spots, and you're good. So that's what I'm running with. Yeah, we'll move on, finish the transfers, and then we can move on to the next phases. Yeah, so I said it before. I'm going to say it again. The transfers, ugh. They're not going on well, and they're not staying on well, and frankly, it's irritating me. But here's what it is. Need to clean this one up, and I'm probably going to clean it up with paint more than anything else. Otherwise, it'll end up being a place for wear and tear. But for the most part, they're on. I've also gone through and did the AK metal paste on the aluminum parts, and I've started to polish them up. So like this one's polished, or it's getting there, and you can see the difference between the unpolished and polished. So it does give a better look. And once I'm kind of at the point now where it's time to start doing weathering. So I could finish putting it together and then weather it, but it's easier to get to these bits and pieces if I were just weather now. So like getting in under here. I have this one just sitting there. I can even weather these, even though they're really not going to be seen when that goes there, right? You're really not going to see much, but you might see it, so it won't hurt. So I can weather these, start pull out the oils and get that done. I'm also going to go ahead and put the landing gear on. What I want to do is I thought about trying to affix it up into the landing bay holes, but I think what I'm going to do is actually make a something that's flat and level here that I can glue that in, and then that way I can paint this whole assembly. So I feel like what I'm going to need is that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking at it and I can't think of it. Green stuff. There we go. I need green stuff up in there to affix to. So I think that's the way I'm going to handle that. So just more to dealing with that, and we'll move on. So finally, I finally got around to putting in the oils. I've been struggling getting time down here on the bench, but we are now where I can start putting the final assembly together. We've got the oils down on, the bottom, the top. I need to touch these with silver, and then we are good to start putting the final assembly together. So let's get cracking on this. Okay, and with that, the Hawk is done. Nice little kit. The overall kit is really nice. Come on, we're talking nostalgia here. Some really serious nostalgia. The ship itself is really cool. I mean, those who are Space 1999 fans, the Hawk was seen in one episode for like 12 or 13 seconds. I don't know. Like it only had a few minutes airtime. But it's one of those cool things, right? And I'm not a fan of the orange paint job, but it's what was on screen and it's what I remember, so I went with it. I am content with this build. I'm happy with the landing gear, right? So the landing gear did what I wanted. I thought about doing like doors for the landing bays, and I suppose I could, but nah. If I were to come back and do this again, and I may come back to this particular kit later when I have more energy, and that's one of the things. This particular build, work has just been crushing me. So, I haven't been able to be at the table for forever, and given that some of the micro detail stuff that I feel like I could have done, it just wasn't working. So even so, I'm very content with this. The landing gear look is really nice. It's slung low. I mean, you're not going to see up into the bay anyway, unless you're under there with a mirror and yeah, you're not going to be in my house doing that. So, um, I like it. I like this. The kit is great. There's a couple of gitches and gotchas. You do have to clean up. It's a sci-fi model. Um, but overall, I mean, it's a Hawk. This is going to look nice sitting next to the 148 scale Eagle. If you do want the cockpit, 308 bits on Shapeways. It's built for this. It'll drop right in there really well. It'd be nice. Did hit it with the oils. Did hit with a little bit of pigments just to muck up tone, right? Change tones here and there. So tones were a little bit different. I got a little bit of dust there. There we go. Just getting dust. I'm sorry. Just getting some tonal variation on different panels, like here, right? This was just a little bit. Not enough to be noticeable unless you point it out, but it's enough that your eyes see the variation in tone, which is what I wanted. Could have taken this all kinds of different levels, but all in all, though, I'm really content with this kit, this build, and would I build it again? Oh, absolutely. If I had a desire to have another one, I'd go with the white and black. Alternate version, like it would be a Moonbase Alpha one. But hey, for the shekels, this is definitely worth it, especially for the nostalgia. So anyway, I will go ahead and put photos up here after this. I hope that following along this build, again, I apologize for how long it's taken, but for those who did follow along, please feel free to offer up suggestions, hints, queries, whatever. Again, as always, I always see a lot of things that I could redo. Oh, the transfers. Oh my gosh, I hate those transfers. Those transfers were just abysmal. The one recommendation I would give anybody who did this thing is anything you could hairy brush do. Some of the little detail ones are nice, but for the most part, these transfers are just atrocious. But with that, again, for the shekels, worth it. So again, I know I just said it, but I'm gonna say it again. I hope this is entertaining, useful, and if you have any hints, suggestions, queries, photos, whatever, please feel free to put them down below. I almost always respond, and just being respectful. And we can move on to the next project here momentarily.